All right, so continuing on with our NHS enrollment packet, we're now going to look at examples of service. So we've already done leadership. We've picked out at least one example where we've been a leader. Now we're going to look at anything that you've done that has been of service to others. And this is a huge category. There's going to be a lot of things in here you might not have thought about would apply here. So first of all, if you are just a superstar and you put a ton of stuff in leadership and you went well over, keep in mind that here's another place that you can move some of that stuff. You are not allowed to list things in leadership and in service. So you want to make sure you have at least one item in leadership, and then all the rest can come here in service, or you can split it half and half. Pay a little bit of attention to the maximum points so that you don't go over in any one of the categories, but we don't usually have a problem there. We have a problem when people try to put it in both places for the exact same thing. So if you were an officer in one of the clubs last year for ASB, maybe in your 11th grade year you were an officer, then that 11th grade year is under leadership, but you could still have ASB where you were a member for 9th and 10th grade that is listed here. So we just want to make sure that you're not putting an X in those same spots in leadership and then in here too. So you shouldn't be double counting that way. All right, so anything that you've done service here. So this is any club that you might have participated in. Here we have some examples of some of our clubs. We have Key Club, FBLA, Academic Decathlon, Debate Club, Spanish Club, any of those clubs. Again, you're going to put in a little X in the semester that you participated, right? And then mark that off. You could be in a sport. So this is not just for things where you're being of service to others. This is essentially any part where you might have represented our school or your community in a way that you are being of service to others. So I always tell people anything that was up and above you sitting at your desk in a course that ends up on your transcript is probably something that you can list under service. So being a member of a sports team, definitely an example here where you can plug that in. Again, mark off where you were, and there might be multiple sports that you participated in. Great, that gets you more points under service. Volunteering, community activities. Maybe you volunteered at the Boys and Girls Club, or you went down to the elementary school and helped out there for tutoring over the summer after 8th grade. Maybe you volunteer at the senior center with seniors, or you participate in Arbor Day through the city of Santa Clarita, or you do safe rides, or you help out at the hospital. Anything that you list here, you want to mark off with the year, put an X into the box that it applied, and again, we want to count that for you as well. Church activities. If you're a member of one of the church groups, anything up and above you just going to church on your regular weekly attendance probably counts here as well. If you're part of a youth group that meets another day of the week, if you're part of a program that has you getting ready for possibly something like confirmation or as part of a prayer group, you can put that on here. Again, if you're a member of Boys and Girl Scouts, this is another good place to put this. So if you were just a member, again, those are going to usually be year-long, so you're going to get a lot of check marks or X's in those boxes. Maybe you were on school site council, or you're in the youth orchestra, or you participate in a martial arts program or a dance class off campus. Any of those that is up and above you sitting in a desk taking part in an academic class probably counts, and you can list it here. Even one-day events. So if you took part in a toy drive or in a marathon or in a Light the Night event, you can again put where that happened, and then we'll show you how to document it on the next page. So everything that has an X has to be documented. Again, on the next page, if it was something that related to us here on campus, so this is on campus, looks very much like the leadership form, except this one is for service. You give that to your advisor, you fill it out, have them sign it with their extension again, and you fill in one of these for every single activity that was done here on Hart campus. If it was off campus, again, you want to get that on letterhead and from the organization, signed by the representative, not by a parent. And we want to make sure that that's documented about what you did, how many hours that might have been. So again, help the people out there, pre-fill that out for them, let them know how many hours you did so they can just verify it and sign off on it. So anything that you did for a full year, that's going to be worth 4 points. Anything that was a semester only is 2 points. And anything that was like a one-day event, again, we want to know how many hours you were there, how many hours you participated. That Less than a semester could be 1 or more points depending on the amount of time that was given. So there's our, I can put some of our service activities. And then also under this, part 2, is honors or awards. So here is a place where you can actually tell us some awesome things that you might have earned over the school year or in between. So maybe you were nominated for Heart of Hearts and you went to the luncheon and a teacher nominated you. You can include a copy of that. Maybe you were asked or you were awarded most valuable player in your sport, or you got a letter in your sport, or maybe you got a trophy from a competition. Maybe you participated in something outside that earned you a trophy. Maybe you just got a letter in the mail from the principal saying what a great job you were doing. Anything that you can list here would be great. Here it is 1 point per award. You get a maximum of 4 different things that you could list here. Please include copies and pictures, not the original trophies. These will not be returned to you. So make sure you just give us a quick copy. And again, 4 items is plenty. And this gets added into your service totals for points as well. So into our last section, we'll tell you how to complete the packet and get it ready for turning it in.